Hello, users, and welcome to another episodic installation of Above It All. And as we're adding to the list of people that I am better than, Noam Chomsky would like to have a word with me. So I'm not going to read the dumb letter, I don't give a shit. I know enough already, I'm just going to talk about this. I'm the target demographic here as a trans woman. I have the ultimate authority to discuss this subject, given that I like Noam Chomsky. Or at least, I liked Noam Chomsky, hashtag cancelled, right? I don't care. This is my thing. A lot of people have asked me what I think about this because I'm trans, and it's like, I don't care. I really don't. I think it's stupid. I think it's absolutely the dumbest shit. But at the end of the day, I don't care. This will blow over. It doesn't matter. Like, Noam Chomsky is like nearly 100 years old, and guess what? He's a cis white man. So, like, why would he know anything about trans issues? He knows dick all about social issues. And, like, if you've read Noam Chomsky or if you've listened to him speak, you know he has a very finely tuned class analysis. And I wouldn't call him a class reductionist, but he is definitely not really well read or understanding at all of social issues. And free speech is a social issue. There is no government fucking apparatus censoring people in regards to the TERF debate with J.K. Rowling. Okay? Free speech is a social issue. What Noam Chomsky seems to believe is that anybody should be able to say anything with no consequences whatsoever. Now, if you were to press him on this, I don't think he would actually say that. But that's what he is signing his name to. The idea that I can promote dangerous, bigoted conspiracy theories that have the only effect and action that they have is that trans kids and youth, people under the age of 20, especially in a lot of countries that are very repressive in Europe and so forth, that they have the hardest time as possible getting through life. Like, I knew I was trans when I was 6 years old, okay? That's when I first was like, yeah, I wish I was a girl, man. And as I aged, I was taught that that was not true. That I can never be a girl. It's fake news. It's impossible. I'm just going to be shitty and depressed for the rest of my life. Then, lo and behold, actual education. The internet is at my fingertips. Boom. Here we are. I'm hot. I've got titties. It's amazing, right? But the point is that if I were 6 years old and I had the avenue of saying, hey, Mom, back me up here, and my mom was understanding, I would be in a lot better situation right now. I probably would have started transitioning before puberty, or, assuming I'm in the modern context, right? Assuming I'm a kid today. I probably would be looking a lot nicer. I'd probably feel a lot better about my body. But as a result, because of a society that said that no, trans people are icky and gross, I had to wait until I was 21 to begin my hormones, and as a result, there's parts of my body that I wish wouldn't be the way that they are, and they're like that for the rest of my life. This is a situation where now that trans people are becoming mainstreamed, and now that the popular opinion is that it's okay, there's the last bastion of right-wing conservatism that wants to say, no, the gay people are fine now. It's the transgenders. Ooh, Nelly! And what Noam Chomsky doesn't understand is, because he's old, has very little social understanding, definitely doesn't understand trans issues really at all from any of my reading or watching of his lectures and so forth. I don't think he knows anything about trans issues. I think he just doesn't want people to be censored, and as a result, he's defending a billionaire. Again, it's really strange. I would like to give him the benefit of the doubt and assume that he just didn't read it or didn't know anything about it and just signed it because of epic free speech. That's my assumption. But either way, it's garbage. But you have to understand that that doesn't change the fact that Noam Chomsky's body of work is very good. Manufacturing consent may be one of the most important kind of ideas in the modern culture with corporate media. So I don't hate him. I'm not going to cancel him. Though my respect for him has definitely fallen. Car off a cliff kind of scenario. I can't in good conscience say, oh, Noam Chomsky, he's a good person to read about anarcho-syndicalism from, because if he does not believe that trans people have a right to be protected, he is not an anarcho-syndicalist or a libertarian socialist. That's just those words require a class analysis. And if he's going to promote that ideology and yet his actions do not follow those words that he's promoting, then you have to ignore those actions. Focus on the good parts. This is why you never need to have heroes. Heroes are bad. But back onto the TERF shit, okay? The idea that trans people are invading women's spaces, it's a myth, okay? That doesn't exist. It will never exist. And 90% of women, right, that are in these women's spaces don't give a fuck. They don't care. Okay, they just don't fucking care. Okay, but it's like this weird desire to be like the poster child of oh, my life is so rough as a white woman in the 21st century. Oh, the patriot. It's just a stupid fucking meme. TERFs, right? Trans exclusionary radical feminists. Those are what the Gamergate feminist thing. Those are those people except real. Remember when Gamergate was a thing, and then everyone was like, oh, the feminazis, oh! And it's those are what TERFs are, except unironically. Instead of, labeling anyone that thinks that black people are, actually humans for once, instead of labeling them feminazis, right? Why don't the Gamergaters use this anger against the TERFs? Because those are the actual people that propel and promote the ideology of oh, I need to be the victim at all times as a white woman. Oh, I'm a victim. These people are cringy. They're cringy. And of course, again, the thing about free speech, when you say stupid shit, you have to understand there is going to be a consequence to that. Free speech does not mean you get to say whatever and then everything is fine. You go back to work the next day, all your friends are cool with it. That's not what free speech is, okay? Free speech means if I don't like what you're saying, I'm allowed to open my mouth and tell you that. Free speech does not mean you get to say whatever you want and no one else is allowed to say anything. It's a free speech issue if you don't like me. That's a free speech issue. You're not taking my speech freely enough. You don't like me, you're biased. My speech is being censored because you won't understand my thoughts properly. I'm being censored. Oh, dear me. Oh, I do declare. I've been censored. Oh, I've been censored. So no, Noam Chomsky, I'm sorry. You dumb motherfucker. Is this canceling? I don't care. Who cares? The cancel culture thing is just a scapegoat. No one gives a fuck about it. No one gives a fuck. Just no one gives a fuck. That's the thing. If you say stupid shit, you get people harassing you for being stupid. That's just the name of the game. Gen Z, millennials, they don't care. If you say stupid shit, expect to get stupid shit said back at you, okay? We don't give a fuck about your feelings. We don't give a fuck about your sensibilities. We don't give a fuck about your stupid, whiny, victim-blaming fucking garbage. J.K. Rowling is a billionaire. Nobody is censoring her. And again, it's disappointing and it's stupid. There is no defense of this. Alright? That's the thing. It's I see a lot of people that are like, oh, Chomsky. Oh, he's just doing the thing. Oh, he's a free speecher. He's a classical leftist and free speech. No, there is no defense of this. If you are defending Noam Chomsky right now, I suggest instead of having heroes that are old, nearly 100-year-old white men, have me be your hero. I'm a hot as fuck trans woman. I've got better politics. I've got better opinions. And by the time I'm 97 years old, bitch motherfucker, Noam who? Right? That's the thing. Start supporting people that aren't elderly white men, because that's probably why people think you're a white supremacist. If you're just centering the politics of this 90-year-old white man as if ooh, it's the arbiter of left. No, come on, buddy. You don't have to defend everything. Don't have heroes. Same thing with Bernie Sanders. Got a lot of people that's I love Bernie. I love Bernie. And then it's okay, but when he says something stupid, we say, okay, no, I disagree with you on that. Never have heroes. No one is infallible, except for me, of course. I'm infallible. Subscribe. Give me money on Patreon immediately. This is not a joke. This is not a drill. You need to give me money ASAP. $99 a month. Why not $100 a month? Seriously. Like, what is keeping you from giving me that extra dollar? I don't know. If you want to let me know, just post in the comment section. Just say, sorry, I was going to give you $1, but then you canceled me or something. And I'll say, oops, I'll uncancel you for $1, and that's free speech.